Welcome to another episode of Ultima Final Fantasy, the Ultimate Final Fantasy podcast. I am Joe.
I am Caleb.
And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be finishing off our series entitled The History of Square Enix, with the end of an era and the start of something new.
Yeah, is that both the title of the episode and the title of this segment's future, perhaps?
Yes. Yes, it is. But before we get into any of that, Schweiss, have you started My Life as a King?
Nope. I haven't played a second of that game yet. I don't think you have either, have you?
I have not. In fact, the Wii, along with many other things, are now in boxes, ready for me to leave. So...
When exactly are you leaving, then?
I was thinking Wednesday. But that's only if I get some calls on a couple jobs so that I know that there's at least some potential before I go down there. So, we'll see. But I think it's going to be Wednesday.
All right, you're pretty confident on a couple of them, at least?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident on, like, the shitty jobs that I've been applying for. I got one email back from a videography position, and then apparently another company is asking for references from you, so that's nice. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited about those. Those are the highest paying ones. So.
Oh, yeah, the two that you got?
Yeah. Otherwise, I might be working a couple part-time jobs in the meantime, but it's not a big deal to me. It's just that I feel like in my life it's time for me to move. So I'm just going to do it. Yeah. So we're going to have to wait until I unpack that Wii.
Yeah.
But we got stuff here, man. I'm going to finish up History of Square Enix. We got a book that we got to go through, Ultimania. We're still waiting on that Final Fantasy X 2.5 novel.
That's right, yeah.
To get read to us.
Mm-hmm.
That's really important. And then we have Daddy of Light, so we got stuff to do.
That's right, yeah. I mean, we don't have much. Because there's only one more episode of Daddy of Light, or two to watch, and then one to talk about those two.
Uh-huh.
Unless, of course, the content just quadruples in the last two episodes, which...
Something tells me it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to do that. I think it's going to stay about the same.
Daddy of Light, the movie.
Yeah, it's like an
That's
hour...
how the series finishes.
Hour and a half long finale. Did you mention where you're going?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I have not. It's... don't worry about it. That's what I would say for now. But I don't want it to become a Joe plan. That's really what my fear is.
So what, you just don't
talk about it? It's a Joe plan,
it?
So I'm not going to talk about it until it's done.
Well, you know...
The only Joe plan that has actually panned out was the movie. I made a fucking movie.
That's true, yeah.
So,
I mean, all of them are Joe plans.
That's they all. All plans are Joe plans.
It might be a rude asshole thing to call any plan you make, but technically they're all Joe plans. It's just whether or not it's an A-type Joe plan or Joe plan type B. One of them...
Well, all but my movies and books have been packed up, so...
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be a real Joe plan. Like this one's... Joe's not going to be here next week.
Type 1 diabetes is the one that you get from, like, hereditary, right? It's a hereditary one, or is that type 2? One of them's from being fat, and one of them's just because your family is diabetic.
Don't ask me. One of them, yeah, we know that there are two different types of diabetes. Well, actually, there's more than that. There's one from being pregnant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's like a pregnancy diabetes that's like temporary. Yeah, there's a few different types of diabetes. I mean,
the one that you...
But there's the two big ones.
The one that you get from being fat is technically temporary, too. I mean, if you change, it will then go away.
I don't get where you're going with this.
Well, it's similar with the Joe plans. There's Joe plan type A, where it's the Joe plan that falls through, and it's just this grand thing that you're all in on for about 10 minutes, and then the next day you talk about something else that just makes Joe plan from the day before just get blasted into space, you know, with the giant Magnum cannon in Final Fantasy VIII, and this new Joe plan takes its place. But if that new Joe plan succeeds, then it's a Type 2 Joe plan. Instead of a Type 1 Joe plan, which is the one that it usurped. not all Joe plans are vying for the throne either. There's Joe plans in many different areas of life. There's the big Joe plan, which is the move. Mm-hmm. There's the secondary Joe plan that's still a pretty big Joe plan, which is the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like Joe plans like...
No, the movie's going to happen anyway, so actually that one's number 1. Number 2 is the move.
Okay, so type 1 is Hereditary.
Number 3 is figuring out how I'm going to get back here to see Metallica.
If we go.
Number 4 is me figuring out how I'm going to get that super ultra edition of And Justice for All box set thing that's coming out. And I don't have any fucking money for it. Unless I get a job immediately.
How expensive is it going to be?
It's like $200.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
My fifth Joe plan is getting a new timing belt for my car because I don't know when it was replaced last because the fucking sticker rubbed out on it. And that timing belt needs to be replaced like every 50,000 miles on the impact engine. So
yeah.
That'll also cost $200. Hey, I'm getting a call from Drew. I'm going to go ahead and answer it on the air. Hey, Drew, you're on the podcast.
Oh, well, I'll call you back then.
Okay, thanks.
Wow, what a dick. What a dick move. Joe plan number 8 is actually answer a Drew call on the podcast. Uh-huh. I think there should be another hidden Joe plan where you just say, fuck it, and you just stop talking to people, you go off the grid, and you become like a park ranger in fucking Zion National Park. And then we'll see you occasionally.
You know, that was my backup plan, is to be a park ranger.
We'll see.
I'm not even fucking kidding.
Yeah, it'll be pretty sweet.
But now it's like plan number 3.
Yeah, it's if everything else fails.
If everything else fails.
You just buy a camper and you go live down there. Fucking live in the park.
I could probably get a camper from my parents, so it's really buy a truck to pull the camper with. Yeah.
There you go, yeah.
So there you go. Yeah, that's my fail-safe plan of Mundo. But yeah, the game will be brought out of the box soon. I saw the Wii as I was packing it away.
Yeah.
And I had a moment where I was like, can I just plow through this thing? And then I looked at my calendar and I was like, no, I really can't.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have my Wii. I think it's visible right now. Maybe not. I put it in the little drawer, but I know where mine is. I
know where my Wii is. That's
right, yeah. I'll show you where mine is. Show me where yours is. But, so, I mean, I have it. I just haven't been playing it. I have been playing the other game that I'm supposed to have done in like 2 days for Nude Clan, though. So, I mean, I have been doing something gaming-wise. I'm not... The problem with Skyrim, though, and I know this isn't an Elder Scrolls podcast, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. The problem with Skyrim is I was doing a side quest, and then I stopped that side quest to do another side quest when I found a dog that could talk and wanted me to go, like, rekindle his master's love for him. So I stopped doing a Thieves Guild quest, which is completely optional, to do another optional quest. And then along the way, I clear out a ton of optional caves and other buildings and holdouts and shit. And I'm like, man, this is... And then before I know it, it's 6 a.m, and, you know, I have done nothing whatsoever. So that's how that game's going. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of good stuff in it, but I'm not doing the main story at all, basically. So
sounds like Skyrim.
It's gonna be a little while, yeah.
Yeah. Shit, man. Shit, I feel bad. We're not doing this thing, but both you and I are going through a life transition and immediately.
Yeah,
like right now.
It's happening. So, yeah.
But we're actually recording this a couple days early because Schweiss is getting married on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then I'll be leaving the Wednesday after that. So might have to call in. I have to do Skype over the phone if my shit's not set up. So that'll be fun.
Yeah. I mean, are we going to do that just to live stream them? Is that kind of the plan? Or were we just going to record and not stream anymore?
I don't care if you stream. No, we can still stream. We can stream Skype through the XSplit, or we can do like a Google Play Hangout instead. And that'll record both sides, and then you can just export that to YouTube. So it doesn't really it doesn't really change anything if we're doing it via Skype. I just want to record my side with my Zoom H1 with a pop filter on it, and then if you do the same on your end and we just sync them up, they're both going to sound fantastic, like we're in the same room. So
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's the whole reason why we bought the second Zoom.
yeah, it's just that the live stream won't hear microphone audio; it'll hear tinny computer microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited for that. Actually, I got to take my microphone and I got to take my fucking James Bond out of this place and my guitar case.
Oh, yeah, that's up in the attic.
Which is up in the attic. I need to take all three of those things.
Did you... I thought you took James Bond last week.
No, I talked about taking James Bond and I forgot to grab it.
Oh, is it like on the shelf right there?
I don't know where it is. It's wherever you put it.
I don't know where it is either.
Okay.
If it's not right there, it's probably upstairs. I just assumed you grabbed it because I was thinking about watching Goldfinger, but then I was like, I think you took it.
I was thinking about watching Goldfinger.
That's right, yeah. It's too bad I didn't watch those before you left.
Goldfinger.
That should be the next movie. They just start running out of ideas.
Goldfinger. I think the next movie is going to be called Shatterhand. That's what I heard. That's the rumor.
That's kind of a dumb name, but...
It's another S name. There are too many S names in a row.
Yeah.
Solace, Skyfall, Spectre.
Well, isn't he in at least two more? Is that what it is?
Yeah, two more. $75 million a piece.
Damn.
Just in case you don't have enough money.
Yeah, just go be James Bond.
Just go be James Bond.
I think he hates being
James Bond.
James Bond, doesn't he?
Plan. Yeah, he doesn't seem to like being James Bond that much.
Why? He doesn't like to be a misogynist? I bet you he hates fucking...
I think the best James Bonds do not like being James Bond. Because it's like Sean Connery and Daniel Craig.
Yeah,
both of them kind of hated being James Bond.
Yeah, well, Sean Connery is like perfect though. They like made him just be Sean Connery.
He hated being James Bond because he wasn't getting paid enough.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's not fair. He's pretty good. So I don't...
I know that, yeah. Bond.
I bet you Pierce Brosnan loved it. He loved every
did.
moment.
He loved being James Bond. Roger Moore loved being James Bond. Shit. Just forgot his name. Lazenby. He did not like being James Bond.
Oh, really?
That's why he was only in it for one movie. He planned on being in more. I think the rumor was that, he was like everybody thinks that he was like fired, but he wasn't. He quit. He didn't want to do another one. Dalton, I think, wanted to do more. He only had two, so I guess he's kind of out of it. But yeah, I think the two best Bonds are Daniel Craig and Sean Connery. In my opinion, I love them all though, except for Lazenby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his Bond movie is really great. On Her Majesty's Secret Service is a fantastic Bond movie. He is dull as Bond. He's very dull as Bond. So
I didn't even get a chance to watch it. We should upload those on the Voodoo.
You can't. Oh, I guess you
really?
can for like $2 a piece or whatever it is. I might do that. We'll see.
I can help fund it because you already own them, so it would really benefit everybody else.
You already helped fund that collection.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I did. I'll just pay for it again.
I gave you your fucking money back.
I know, but that was pretty funny. I was like, what the fuck happened to my gift card? And I was like, I thought I had like at least $15. And then I look and it's $35 gone for James Bond collection. I'm like, God damn it, man. And I remember you were bragging. You're like, man, I got such a fucking good deal on these movies. Like, it was way less than I thought it was going to be. And I was like, that's weird, man.
Well, I bought it with something else. So, like, the two things put together, I was like, what? This is so low of a price. No.
Yeah.
35. What was it? I think it was like 15. I don't think it was 35, but it was less than
Than you expected. Yeah.
All right. Well, we do have some Final Fantasy news, so let's get into that. Okay, well, the Tokyo Game Show on September 23rd. I guess they're going to have a special Final Fantasy 15 stage.
Oh, and a Twitch booth.
Yep. So there's going to be new DLC episodes featuring Arden, Arnea, Lunafreya, Noctis. And, yeah, that'll be September 23rd, 11:45 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. Japanese Standard Time.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought Final Fantasy 15 was episode Noctis. Am I crazy here, or is that like what more Noctis is there?
It's going to feature Noctis. To be honest, I think all of them should feature Noctis, but I guess I haven't played any of the DLC, so I don't have an opinion about this.
I'm fine with him not all having him in there, but it just seems weird to have one for him when the game was for him. And spoilers if you haven't played 15, but I'm pretty sure he's done, so it can't be after 15. So I don't understand when they'll do it. Before the game maybe, but that should have just been part of the game, and they should have just not done Kingsglaive. But part of that might be me just knowing that Kingsglaive is trash and not liking it whatsoever.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like the stuff with the king, that would have been good in the game. That would have been really awesome in the game, if you would have seen that happen. Yeah. But you don't. You see it in the movie with another character, Ray Chase.
Which, by the way, one of the podcasts that we spawned I saw in the thing. I didn't listen to it. I saw that they got one of the voice actors from that movie.
Oh, is it the guy who played the broken leg guy?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Paid bills guy.
Well, I'm sure they got him on the podcast. I'm sure that was difficult.
Oh boy. Don't throw too much shade. I thought he did fine.
Oh yeah,
I thought his voice didn't really match the character. But
I wonder if they asked him to do his worst Ray Romano impersonation or if he just talks like that. I'm not sure. He went to one of the KupoCons, but it wasn't the one that we went to. So
yeah, one of the shows that we spawned. I think it was Phoenix Edge, or it was the Golden Years. I don't know which one.
Shit, that means we should try. If we want to.
Well, we've talked about trying before.
Yeah. The thing is like...
Why didn't they get Aaron Paul?
There are episodes, yeah. Why not?
No, congratulations, guys. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's fun.
But we've made fun of him too much to have him on our show, so we're not going to ask.
Well, I doubt he's going to listen to all of our episodes. That's
true. And
then get on and just be like, you know what? Fuck you guys.
I'm an actor, man. I'm just trying to get the jobs I can.
I don't know what you're talking about. Your character is seriously the second best character in that movie. After the racist cop. That's it. Those two guys are the only reasons to watch it. And then I guess Nyx, but...
No.
You don't think so? Sean Bean. It's just his 5 minutes of bored dialogue.
Everything in that movie sucks, dude. It's not any of the voice actors' fault that the movie is awful.
Yeah, that's true. It's not. It's not.
It looks pretty.
It does. It looks great, especially for how much it costs. It's pretty cheap compared to Spirits Within, and it looks grand, man.
So yeah, you can enjoy that Final Fantasy 15 Twitch booth.
Yeah, have fun with that if you're in Tokyo.
Yeah.
And are in fact going to their game show.
Final Fantasy 14's patch 4.4 is now live. So enjoy your new quests, raids, gear, items.
Fan designed items. I thought that was kind of interesting. Yeah, so enjoy that. We'll enjoy it when we have to come back.
That's true. Okay. Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon. Everybody has a Tokyo Game Show trailer. You want to check out this piece of filth?
Yeah. Let's see what they have to offer us.
I'm not prejudging it. I know nothing about it. Just add it.
When the name is that long, there has to be something wrong.
Trailer represents something currently in development.
Feathery Fellows back again. The popular series returns with Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon. Everybody! The Final Fantasy Fables Chocobo's Dungeon is back with a whole new gameplay system. There's one simple rule. The world only moves when Chocobo moves.
What?
Befriend monsters with the buddy system.
So it's basically...
Take on different jobs and gain amazing abilities and outfits with the job change system. Play cooperatively with your friends to fight, collect items, and complete dungeons. Featuring newly recorded high-quality character voices. Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon
In Japanese.
Yeah. Coming this winter?
I want to kill myself. I don't want to play this game.
Oh, dude, I wonder if they have a special edition of that up.
You watch this video, thus you will enjoy Metallica Ride the Lightning full album 1080p.
Same guy announcing each song. Here's For Whom the Bell Tolls.
For Whom the Bell Tolls.
A classic.
Listen to it with your buddies.
Every time they need a new bassist, they have them play this song.
All right. Looks like it might be kind of a fun game, but kind of a mindless thing. Like all of the Crystal Chronicles have been. In fact, it kind of looks like Crystal Chronicles.
Sort of, yeah. It sort of reminds me of a mix between the, like... the thing I never did in 10.2, which was, like, get a monster on your team, which is, I guess, what they did in 13.2, if you remember that. You had, like, you and then the beast that would be, like, fucking sick.
Never did the monster thing with 10.2.
I touched it for like 2 seconds, and I was like, I don't understand what's happening. I'm trying to level up this flan, but he's not in the party. Fuck this. And I just stopped. But 13.2, we had to do it. And we had like
Tell the restaurant next time, could you level up this flan, please? Take it back.
I need to grind levels on this flan, and it's too low. I'm not getting any XP from this. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of...
Flan jokes. Okay.
Of that. And then, of course, Last Mission a little bit, because it's got like the same kind of dungeon feel with the walking and like everything moves and you have your turn, quote unquote, but you're just moving forward and you can do an action. So I don't know. It looks interesting. It definitely looks more like a Switch game than a PS4 game, though.
Yeah,
but
it does.
I won't buy it on the Switch.
All right. World of Final Fantasy Maxima has a new trailer, which, by the way, you can upgrade both the PC and the PS4 edition. That was part of our news this week. Brought to you by Shinru, so thank you, Shinru, once again, for providing us with news and making sure we don't have to work. So, yeah, you want to watch the trailer? PS4, Xbox, PC. It's going to be on everything.
Sure. See if it's...
Alcohol reference.
World of Final Fantasy has just gotten bigger and better.
Mirage Keepers? Me and Rain?
Those the marks on your arms are proof. You were born to work the miracles.
I'm not fucking
Take
playing
another
this.
look at the town.
What the honk?
Every member state in the Federation is trussed up like this.
Sorry, who are
I
the
don't
Dyad
like
servants?
The Dyad servants were mirages that carried out most of the Dyad's dirty work, right?
What is all this stuff?
All this is the true face of the Federation. Wait! You can't go! We still have so many questions! You bring nothing to this world but pain and chaos. Did that happen?
What was that? What did we just see?
Please promise me that you will forgive them. For me.
The Avatar change system lets you fight as legendary heroes from the FF series. Flourish of Steel. New Mirages. Soul of Chaos. Dragon Dive. Go fishing with Noctis.
I have to pay for bringing you into this world. This ends now!
World of Final Fantasy Maxima. MaxiPad.
Yeah, November 6th, 2018.
Okay, well, that was really dramatic version of that game. I don't remember the other trailers being that dramatic, but
No.
it's been a while, to be honest. Go fishing with Noctis, Schweiss. I know that that's what you are in here for.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I did 100% that fishing game, which involved about an hour and...
Monster of the Deep?
Yeah, an hour and 20 minutes of me trying to catch a can in one of the locations. I shit you not. I had to find a can.
The whole game.
I fished that entire lake dry, and then I finally was like, I just started casting in, and I felt a little nudge, and then I caught the can. And I was like, this is so fucking stupid. A can is on the list, the bestiary for catch. No. I don't want to fish anymore.
I don't want to fish anymore.
This seems fun, but not at all.
Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition got a new trailer at Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah.
Schweiss, do you think the Tokyo Game Show is going on right now?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
4-player online multiplayer.
New areas and dungeons? No need for link cables this time.
That'd be, you know what would be hilarious? If they made you get a fucking...
Game Boy Advance?
No. If they made you get a PlayStation Vita instead. Buy the Vita. You're like, come on.
No. That's not even funny. They would totally fucking do that shit.
Nobody's got a Vita.
Okay.
All right, let's see what their trailer is here. Currently in development.
At long last, the timeless classic Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles
not timeless.
returns.
Fucking aged as shit.
The beloved action RPG series is back and more beautiful than
I
ever.
feel like we already watched this.
Embark once more on an epic journey to save your village from the miasma.
Oh, I think this has more.
The game does
Enlist
repeat.
comrades to your
so.
Crystal Caravan in an online multiplayer mode.
Online multiplayer. That's pretty cool.
Team up with faraway friends
This could
to
be our
take down
game.
ferocious
Because you were
foes.
talking the other day about a game to play with everyone. We can all get this.
Adventure
Don't you wanna
awaits
play
your
it again,
caravan
Joe?
in brand new lands, teeming with wonder.
Don't you want to play that timeless classic? Yeah, I don't think they announced it because I was thinking about it.
Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered
I
Edition.
won't get it if it's not online. That was the thing. I was
I'm
like, I'm
not
not
gonna
going
get
to
it
play
anyway. I played that game. I don't want to play it again. I don't think it was a very good game.
No, it's...
Sorry, on Nude Clan it would not get very good scores.
No, I don't think so for me either. It's not great.
So a lot of the games that we announced last time that were going to be on Xbox One and Switch, at least 3 of them are going to be getting physical copies, not just going to be digital. So,
Oh, nice.
Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age, will get a physical copy, as well as World of Final Fantasy Maxima and Final Fantasy X/10-2. They're all going to be physical copies on the Switch and on the Xbox One.
That's pretty cool. So if you obsess over getting the physical copy in your hand, now you can.
Yeah, dude, I looked at my game wall. You know how I used to have a shitload of games?
Yeah.
I got 12 games now, I think. It's just this little tiny space on my thing. Most of them are future Final Fantasy games that we got to play.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, I was like, wow, it's different. It's so different now. So few games that I own.
Yeah. I mean, most of them are still here, though.
Yeah. So our biggest piece of news is, I believe, Nobuo Uematsu has to take a leave of absence from doing the Final Fantasy VII soundtrack. We can read his announcement there.
Yeah. To my dearest fans, since the establishment of Dog Ear Records, I have found myself blessed with countless opportunities. From composing new works to holding concerts around the world, my days have been hectic yet fulfilling. The resulting fatigue, however, has finally caught up with me, and I find it mentally and physically difficult to go on at my current pace. After giving serious consideration to all options, I have decided to take an extended leave of absence and give my mind and body the time they need to properly mend. If I am to return, I want to do so in full health. Do not worry. Once I've made a full recovery, I'll be back doing what I do best. My current plan is to rest for the remainder of the year, and while I cannot commit to a method of time frame for my return, I'm very hopeful. I deeply apologize for the burden this decision places upon both my fans and my clients, and hope that you can understand and support the path I have chosen. I thank you all for the continued support and only ask that you are patient until I am on my feet once again. Nobuo Uematsu, Dog Ear Records Co. Limited.
Bro needs a break, man.
Yeah.
He needs a break.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's not too... hopefully it's not something serious. Hopefully it is Hopefully it is just mental.
Hopefully he's not fucking dying.
Yeah, hopefully he's not like fucking dying. But yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck, Nobuo.
That would suck.
You already wrote the soundtrack for FF7, so you don't need to write it again.
Yeah, the thing is like we have plenty of people that can pretend to be you and do a good enough job that it's fine.
They can do an alright job.
So, and to be honest,
so good luck.
Crisis Core soundtrack, and they're pretty good.
Yeah,
so.
but those are originals, so
that's true.
It's some guy only taking a little bit of his stuff and then kind of going with it.
Going metal with it?
Yeah, going metal. Going metal with it.
So, I mean, there are good soundtracks that he hasn't done in the series, so it's not impossible, but I don't know.
All right, well, Schweiss?
The whole game is going to be a fucking hodgepodge of what the first one was as it is, so why not do it with the music?
I am 100% sure it is not going to be as good as people are hoping it is.
Yeah.
So I might actually enjoy it more than many of our listeners.
So you're going to be like, yeah, that's a pretty good game. Or it's going to be like, no, Joe, it's terrible. It's like, well, I thought it was going to be terrible, and it was all right.
Yeah. It's called managing expectations, people. Come on.
You really believe they're gonna live up to it? I mean, come on.
Yeah, the first game is near perfect. So
yeah,
remaking and near like, come on, you all know that the remake of Ben-Hur is not going to be good.
Yeah.
As much as you're like, update it. Why? Because you're only going to be disappointed. I think you can remake a mediocre game and make it probably great. That's a possibility. Same with like mediocre movie here. You can remake a mediocre movie and you might be able to come up with something amazing. But if you remake a great movie, you're just going to disappoint the people that were willing to buy tickets.
True, who are the people that love the original.
Yeah.
But what if you have a pretty
Games
good...
are a little different because games like change every system. Like there's like a... it's not just staying the same thing.
Yeah.
Movies really haven't changed that much.
What if like it's a song? So it's like the Nine Inch Nails version of Hurt, which is a pretty good song.
Yeah, but it's not a great song.
No, and the
it's
Johnny
not a
Cash
capital,
one is a great song.
Right. It's not a capital G great song, but the Johnny Cash version of it is a capital G great song.
So does it have to be just pretty good?
Yeah, it has to be pretty good where someone can take the good from it and make it better.
Or like The Exorcist and the new Exorcist, the fucking Hereditary movie, which is
not even close to the
pretty
Exorcist.
much the same thing.
No, it's got a similar structure to Rosemary's Baby.
It's like, that's what I was talking about
not
earlier.
The same movie.
The possession part is basically the same, except for the new one like beats you across the face with it, and then it explains everything, which is what made the old one so great. Is that they didn't explain.
They explained Rosemary's Baby.
No, yeah, they explained that.
I think
it's a mix of those two movies.
I think Hereditary is much closer to Rosemary's Baby than it is to Exorcist.
But it has the whole like,
and I fucking love that movie. So
it's pretty good. The longer I think about it, though, the more I like The Exorcist more than it, though. So,
no, The Exorcist is a better movie, but it's not. They're both great.
Yeah, but the one is just like Hereditary. The ending, I think, is so dumb.
Okay, Schweiss, you're losing your point.
My point was that Hereditary is a remake of those two movies.
I'm saying don't remake RoboCop. You can make it like a mediocre version of RoboCop. That's all you're going to do because the first RoboCop was amazing. And it's not going to stop being amazing just because it's old. It's still fucking amazing.
That's true. Some things will. Some things age. Like Crystal Chronicles.
Some things will age. Crystal Chronicles aged.
Yeah.
It's not good anymore. So you could remake Crystal Chronicles. Remake.
Not remaster.
Not remaster. You could remake Crystal Chronicles and it'll probably be a pretty decent game.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is all theory, but I don't think remaking 7 was ever a good idea.
It's like remaking 13. It's like 13 is still pretty fun.
Yeah.
They would have to gut the story to make it better.
They could expand that story and tell it differently, though.
Yeah, they could.
You could do it in chronological order and get to know all the characters, and then everything matters, and it's not a big clusterfuck. So
if I
I would call it like Final Fantasy 13 Remix.
Or Light.
And then, remix the game.
Yeah.
That one I think could be.
I would
remade.
take a big ice cream scooper and just dig out half of that game and throw it away. I would just it's like cleaning out a pumpkin for Halloween, you know? You just get that scooper and you just fucking go in there and it's like, oh, the subplot with fucking Sid. Let's chuck that out. We don't need that. The little plinking song with the dramatic scene. Let's just chuck that out. Saz's annoying ass son. Let's just spoon that out of there. You don't need that.
Disagree.
That does give him character development, but
yeah, no, and I think
God, his son is so annoying though.
I think we need to go back with 13 when they did the 13 days before or whatever instead of doing flashbacks because the game's already fucking confusing.
Yeah.
Why you should tell a chronological game if you're going to have really high concept shit.
Yeah, this ain't fucking Memento where it's like a simple story that's all mixed up. It's a bullshit story.
Yes, it's a bullshit story and mixed up, and thus you can't fucking follow it. You still can't really follow it, even after being explained a million times. You can't even follow it. I think that game. I honestly think that game could use a remake.
Yeah, I guess gameplay-wise, I was saying it doesn't need it.
Gameplay, no. Gameplay's fantastic. But, yeah. The only one I really think needs a remake is 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
The other ones, man, package them up, make them look nice as remasters, and just...
Yeah, and then 2, I mean, it's already been remade, so...
And with 11... You don't even really have to remake the whole thing. Just kind of like update it for newer systems, and then re-release it as like a new version of 11.
Yeah, maybe streamline some of the stuff, and that's it. Like the part where we were giving corn to that one guy. Like, don't make us give corn. That's stupid. His Kurthel's like, I need you to buy all of the corn, and we're gonna give it to this guy. And every time we do, it gave us that like. It's like we need to build notoriety by giving this guy corn. This is fucking ridiculous.
Falling away from me.
Yeah.
Oh, not the CDs? Oh shit! I gotta go back to town.
Yeah, I gotta get corn with
actual
a C.
Corn with a C? Oh fuck!
Yeah. I guess they could, but part of that game's charm.
Why are there corn albums in this game?
Yeah. Part of that game's charm is the difficulty and the need to work with other people. I'm afraid if they did remake it, they would just make it 14.
Oh yeah, I would want them to make it more close to 14, to be honest.
Although the biggest thing about 11 that makes it better for sure is the stories. And they could make 14's gameplay in 11 and it would be pretty fucking good.
Which, by the way, 14 still has time to have some expansions that have really good stories in them.
Yeah, like I liked the last one. I thought it was, story-wise, it was good. I know a lot of people hate it for the gameplay. I don't know why, but...
No, I don't understand that, but... anyway.
I think they just get pissy after they play something for a year of their life.
I don't think Seven's remake is going to be as good as you guys think it is. Sorry. And I'm going to be the one who enjoys it the most because I think that way.
Yeah, probably.
Unless it is like real shit. Unless it's like that, then yeah.
Yeah, you never know, man. And they're taking so long to do it too.
Do you want to guess Game Informer scores right now? I'm guessing an 8.5.
I'm gonna do 7.75.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have the balls to give a Final Fantasy that low of a score, but they'll probably be like, well, it's a remake of a game that we love, so we can dock it those 2 whole points.
I think they gave the original 7 like a 9.25 or something, right? Oh no, I think it might have been lower than that. I think it might have been like an 8.75. But I mean, that was old school Game Informer.
Were they cared?
No, I'm not saying that. I think FF7. I don't know. It just became more legendary as the years went on. I don't. If I remember, review archive. There we go. They used to just straight up have their reviews online. What the hell happened? Maybe they do. Maybe you can click on something.
9.75. Okay.
9.75.
So they sucked it off.
Yeah.
Which isn't surprising. I mean, at that point, Final Fantasy was pretty beastly.
Yeah.
Oh, they gave Dirge a 6.75 and Crysis a 7.25? That is madness.
No, I think that actually makes sense to me.
That they're that close?
Well, no, that Dirge of Cerberus has a 6.75 at the time of release.
Oh, I guess, yeah, because it was...
Now remember, Halo 1 control scheme in shooters, that's more recent history than that. So
That's true.
So now we can't do a shooter without Halo 1 control scheme. And thank you, Halo 1, for standardizing shooter controls. Thank you. I always knew you were the best shooter of all time anyway. So
Yeah.
Still do.
They gave 8 a 9.5. My God.
They did give 8 a 9.5.
See, that's why I can't believe Game Informer. I just can't.
Here's what I've realized. There's no fucking way with some of these games that they finish the fucking games. There's no way. I think they give scores to longer games. I don't think when the writers at Game Informer or IGN or anything, I don't think they ever fucking for long games, I don't think they ever finish them. And there's no way in Final Fantasy VIII that's just to play that game normally and not knowing about the system of bullshit in FF8. And so you got to play it like regularly with like a shitload of drawing. That's a long fucking game if you play it that way.
Well, they gave 12 a pretty high score, and that game doesn't get really awesome until the end. Like, the gameplay is pretty fun the whole time, but the story is like...
I think 12 they gave it 9.5. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking high.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think it's going to get an 8.5.
From Game Informer?
From Game Informer.
So would you give it an 85 on Metacritic, or would you lower it? Like a 78 or something? 77?
I'll bet it'll be in the mid-80s.
You think?
Yeah.
So it'll be one of the lower... I mean, it's not really a main series game either. So I think 15 was just a little bit below 13 on Metacritic by like 2 points or something.
Which doesn't make sense to me. I think 15 is a better game than 13 is.
Yeah, I have them like almost the same. But yeah, it is kind of surprising. But I don't know. I think they've stopped really just letting them get away with anything.
They've stopped blowing Final Fantasy. They've stopped blowing Final Fantasy a while ago.
Yeah, it's not
12
cool.
was the last time they blew a Final Fantasy.
Yeah, they gave Lightning Returns a 7. And then 13-2 an 8.
13, I think, got a...
It's a 9.25.
9.25, yeah. I remember being disappointed that it wasn't Game of the Month. So there was I think it was God of War 3?
Yeah, it probably was. Because that came out at the same month.
Yeah.
11, they gave us 7.
But that's back when I had Game Informer. Do you still have Game Informer coming to your house?
No, I stopped paying for that years ago.
You got Nude Clan.
That's right.
What do you need Game Informer for?
I don't need that shit. Oh, they gave Crystal Chronicles Ring of Fates a 6.
Yeah. Maybe because it's buggy as shit.
Where's the original Crystal Chronicles? I want to see this. I want to see it. I want to see what bullshit they gave it. Oh, Crystal Bears is the worst one in the series.
Ooh, he gave it a 5.5? Yeah. Ooh, that coming from Game Informer, that's not good.
No, I fear it. I fear it much.
You just Control F Crystal. Or do that. Shit, we should just make this the episode. Okay. Oh, they don't have one in the review database. That's lame.
No balls.
It might be on its Wikipedia page, but...
Yeah, I think that was a pretty well-reviewed game, though, which I still don't understand.
No, it's a piece of shit.
I'm sorry, guys. It's not great.
It is not good. It's not good at all.
Yeah, it's unfortunately bad. I didn't want it to be bad. I really didn't, but...
No. All right. Now can we talk about the history of Square Enix finale?
Let's see what you got for us.
Okay, 2002 to 2003, the end of an era, the start of something new. So the merger between Square and Enix was inevitable. We talked last time that they were in talks in the year 2001 to come together. Mm-hmm. So although Square's recent financial troubles delayed Enix's interest in a merger, 2002 and they were both actually kind of failing in 2001. Square Enix, I believe, had like a 90 or almost 90% profit drop from the year before because of Spirits Within. And Enix also wasn't doing great that year, from what I remember. But in 2002, both companies actually started to bounce back, and they were ready to negotiate once again. They were coming together. So if these two juggernaut companies were to merge, they would more effectively decrease development costs for all the games and compete more effectively with Western gaming corporations. I assume like Activision and EA at the time.
Yeah, probably. They were
big,
probably
huge
going for the
companies.
biggies, yeah.
Yeah, and they wanted to become one of those. I
Yeah,
think
because they kind of are now, I guess.
Yeah, they are now one of the big game companies as Square Enix.
Yeah, they're like the smallest of the big ones, but they're big.
Yeah, and they're the Japanese big one.
Yeah, and it's because they acquired, each other, and also they acquired Tomb Raider.
This ain't the only company Enix has acquired, and even before the Square and Enix merger, Enix was like buying up these companies that they used to just do the publishing for. So Enix is a holding company, which is just a company that owns other companies as like one big group. So on November 26, 2002, it was announced that the two companies would officially join forces. They were delayed a little bit, couldn't find out why, but it was on April 1st, Fool's Day, on 2003, that the merger would be complete, creating finally the company that has carried the Final Fantasy name to this day, entitled Square-Enix, with Enix being the surviving company between the two.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, both companies bounced back quite well right before the merger, with Square's stock being worth 19% more than Enix's stock. So I had actually heard the opposite before, and when I was doing research for this thing, I was like, oh, I guess not. I guess Enix's company was worth less, but Enix was going to be the one buying up the Square stock and becoming the new. They were going to be the surviving company.
Yeah, it also depends on how many shares they have and stuff like that. Like Ford's stock right now, it's not worth very much, but they have like 1.3 billion shares. So there's a lot of fucking money in the company. But that is surprising. I always thought Square was just like a shithole and they just got bought out because they got dominated by the movie.
That's what I thought too, but Square was bouncing back. Thanks in part to Sony, of course, helping them out. They bought up 19% of the stock in the company in 2001. So Enix was the surviving company, and I'm assuming here, probably because it had more to do with how Enix's company was structured than it had to do with which company had more value. So Enix was a holding company that owned a bunch of other little companies or had deals with other companies. Not that Square didn't, but Square was straight up a developer that published its own games.
Yeah.
So in that respect, it would make sense for Enix to be the one taking over Square and just basically adding development to their company as opposed to the other way around. It makes more sense to me that way. I'm not entirely sure why or what happened in those meetings or why Enix was the surviving company, but that's what happened. So Enix's 2002 through 2003 games, April 2003, they looked like this. Snap Kids, Game Boy Advance, which I don't know anything about. Dragon Warrior Monsters, which was on the Game Boy Color, which was a Dragon Quest kind of Pokemon copycat.
Oh, wow. Monster Collector. That's weird.
It was kind of a big game, man. It sold between that version and the original one. So this was like a remake that they put out on the Game Boy Color. It sold 2.35 million copies, that game. So it did very well. Grandia Extreme came out under the Enix umbrella, and this happened just after Enix bought out the developer of the Grandia series. So notice the Enix pattern here. But it didn't really pay off that well with Grandia 2, which was very well received critically, but it didn't sell too well at the time. It only sold about 200,000 copies, which was less than they thought it would. Chase, which is a PC game I don't know anything about. Orega Kantoku Da Volume 2, which is a PS2 game. Dramatic soccer game.
Oh, wow. I bet that's
PS2.
pretty sweet.
I bet it's a classic over there.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they put out another port for Dragon Quest Monsters. Dragon Quest Monsters 1 and 2, a re-release for the PlayStation. And this was when the PS2 was out, by the way, but they re-released that game for the PlayStation. It sold pretty well. Zoku Sagare Ijiri, which is a PS2 game. Dragon Quest Characters, so another Dragon Quest game from Enix. This one sold 600,000 copies and was only ever sold in Japan, so that did pretty well. Samurai Evolution, Oku Geist, just Game Boy Advance. Robot Alchemic Drive, which was a positively reviewed game that started the Sandlot series, although it didn't sell very well at all.
It's a pretty good movie, though. I mean,
Fortune Street 3, or Itadeki Street 3, depending on which one it is. It's like a party game that has Dragon Quest and Nintendo shit in it. That was released, and the series kept going, so I assume it was successful. Star Ocean Till the End of Time.
oh, yeah.
Which sold over 1.5 million copies, and Dragon Quest Monsters Caravan Heart, which sold 600,000 copies. So Enix was bouncing back pretty well, but Square might have done even better. So all these re-releases were pretty successful. This is the list of re-releases from Square in that year and a half. Final Fantasy X International, which of course we never got. Final Fantasy IV on the WonderSwan Color. Front Missions re-release on the WonderSwan Color. The original Final Fantasy on the PlayStation, and Final Fantasy II on the PlayStation. Then it had a couple of original games, which I don't know very much about. Hanjuku Hero 2, which apparently was a FF4 parody type game in this series of Hanjuku Heroes. That was on the WonderSwan Color. A baseball game with a title too long to pronounce, so I just didn't write it down. And World Fantasista, which I don't know anything about. But you're going to hear these other names, and you're going to look at like, wow, fucking 2002 to early 2003 for Square was something. Now, they just came off of Final Fantasy X and a failed movie. Final Fantasy X did well, but not well enough for the failed movie. But listen to this. Early on in the year, Kingdom Hearts. The first Kingdom Hearts game, which was a mega hit Disney and Square collaboration that won like a shit ton of awards and sold 5.6 million copies.
Oh, that's a lot of fucking
copies. And just straight up started a brand new, big, huge money-making franchise. I believe at this point, what I read this morning was that Kingdom Hearts as a whole, all of its like 7 games, I think it sold 20 million
That's
units.
pretty fucking good.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking good for like a RPG.
It's almost 3 million a piece.
Yeah.
It's an offshoot of Final Fantasy, for God's sake.
And you've never played it, which is insane.
Yep.
Insane. We should just, like, after we're done with all the Final Fantasy games, just skip to Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Skip to Kingdom Hearts, because you need to play that shit.
I always made fun of the people that played those. So I was like, it's just a child's version of Final Fantasy.
Dude, you're right in some respects.
Yeah.
But it's such a fucking fun game that it doesn't. Whatever Little Mermaid levels are in the games, it makes up for it in many other respects.
Yeah.
The next big game that they released this year, Schweiss, Final Fantasy XI.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I believe on launch, Final Fantasy XI, if I'm remembering correctly, don't correct me on this, I believe it sold like 3 million copies, like physical copies of that game. But over time, as Square would hold on to Final Fantasy XI and continue updating it as people were doing this, were experiencing this MMO, it would over time become the most profitable Square game ever.
Yeah.
So that was 2002, man. They just started like, let's bring in the money.
It was a big motherfucker too for a long time. Before World of Warcraft, FF11 was like the thing.
Yeah. And those Final Fantasy MMOs are always in like the top, like they're always in the top 10 MMOs. So They're always doing pretty well.
Yeah.
And they're just continuing to make Square Enix monthly paychecks.
Yeah.
Without
both of them.
Without having to put out physical content or anything like that. It's a good money-making device for them.
Yeah, I honestly, that would be a dream job if I coded. I would love to be on like an old MMO, like 11, and just make up fun-ass quests, new quest lines, just whatever I want.
I'm sure the 6 people working for Final Fantasy 11 right now, I'm sure it's like down to 3 people.
Yeah.
Sure, they're just having a grand old time.
Yeah. Like,
although I bet they're just like, oh, I wish I could work on 14.
Yeah, I wish I had a real job in this fucking company.
Instead, I'm staying on this piece of shit.
Fucking here's 3 people play this campaign. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah. Saga, the first Saga game came out, a.k.a. Final Fantasy Legend. So Saga came out in Japan, did not do well at all. It was like 30,000 copies.
Oh, wow.
Or something like that. It comes out in North America under the title Final Fantasy Legend. Square Enix being dirty with their dirty tricks here. That's why we haven't played Final Fantasy Legend on this show, is because it's not a Final Fantasy game.
That's the Game Boy one, right?
Yeah. Sells worldwide because of that. 1.37 million copies. Because of the lie. I'm 100% sure.
That's a sickening amount.
Yeah, that's just the Final Fantasy name selling.
It's pretty beastly that it has that kind of power.
Yeah. I mean, it was right in the middle of like Final Fantasy 7 through Final Fantasy 12. I mean, that's a really powerful brand time.
Yeah.
And so it's right in the middle of that shit. So it's going to immediately sell 1 million copies.
And I mean, that's when they started doing all their crazy, like, FF7's 10-year anniversary shit, too. So they were, like, ripping it.
Yeah, so Saga is not a Final Fantasy game, but they sold it as such.
I don't even think they
West.
developed it. I think they just fucking published it.
I think you're right, but I'm not 100%.
I'm pretty sure. Because it doesn't even look right. Like, I have it, and it's like, this doesn't fucking look like Final Fantasy at all on this little, like, picture here. It looks like somebody else made this game.
The artwork you're talking about?
Yeah,
okay.
it is, I'm pretty sure somebody else made it.
It didn't sell well here. Well, when we port it over to the States, just call it Final Fantasy so we can make some goddamn money off of this game. What are you looking at?
Yeah, look at that. That doesn't look right at all, does it?
It looks like that Final Fantasy 1 era type thing, you know? Oh, look at the gameplay, like, pictures. I'm sure you can find some of those, like, in Google Images.
There's some. It looks like Pokemon.
Yeah, it does kind of look like Pokemon, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, there were 3 of them over here in the West. They were all just part of the Saga series. They weren't actually Final Fantasy at all. At least in my estimation. I don't count games that were retitled over here in the West as Final Fantasy games. I just don't. But the last game before... Oh, not the last game. Second to last game. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, which sold a respectable 300,000 copies. Or, sorry, 600,000 copies. And last but not least, Schweiss, this would be the game that Square would go out on, okay? It would end its reign as the RPG king with this game. A game that sold over 4.2 million copies worldwide. You ready for this? Final Fantasy X-2.
Wow.
The legend of Square
died that day. And for good reason, too. They forsook every vow they ever made.
My God. And then Enix just like swallowed them up.
They just waited till they fucked up, and then they did.
that is not a failure. 4.2 million units worldwide.
Dude, that game is bottom tier. I'm telling you right now. Like, it's fun, but there are like 7 other Final Fantasies that are easily more fun by double.
Nerve.
Yeah, the nerve.
Monkey.
Yeah, I don't understand.
And Mon. Those are the clues. Key and Mon. Monkey.
Keymon? I still think that's the best Spoonie experiment video I've ever seen. Is the 10-2 review is so good.
Okay. So from then on, right, that was the last Square game ever produced. From then on, Square Enix, as one giant company, would begin to turn out games at an incredible pace. I mean, it's basically two giant game companies put into one, so they just doubled how many games they can output at once.
Yeah.
And for many of our listeners probably, the merger was kind of the end of a JRPG golden era. But for Square Enix, it was the age of printing gold. That's what I put down there.
Yeah.
This will be the final installment of the history of Square Enix, and I plan to continue its story with a segment called This Year in Square Enix, which will mostly go over the games released between 2003 and 2018. I just don't think the drama at Square Enix is nearly as interesting as the drama at Square or at Enix. So until then, remember your history, guys. Know where you came from.
Yeah, I mean...
That's the end.
That and, I mean, we could talk about the FF12 stuff. Like, half the team leaving.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And we kind of went over the games. I would like, there's so many games that this company has put out. You could almost just, take a list of those games, learn a couple things about them, and, watch their trailers and stuff, and just kind of see the year in Square Enix.
Yeah. You know what the crazy thing to me is how much these companies sell right off the bat. Because I think Final Fantasy 12, when it came out in Japan, it sold, it was either 1.2 or 2.1 million in the first day. And, the game's not a small game. It sold, 6 or 7. It's up there, but it's not, top tier. And it's just insane to me that they're, 2 million people, day one, and then, another 3 million later, and then that's it.
Yeah, trickle in.
And it's just obscene how much money they get right up front for some of these. And then it's funny seeing those long, slow burners. I mean, I say slow burner like 11, but 11 did pretty well right off the bat, too.
11 did pretty well for itself. Yeah, it did. It did pretty well for itself.
Yeah.
I think if you're creating a new type of game in your game series, you're probably not going to sell as many copies. But then that I think it's been the same price the whole time. I think it's been $12 the entire time.
Yeah, that's fucking sick.
So...
It's a lot of money.
3 million people. Most of them are going to go on after the free trial, I assume, for at least a couple months. You're going to make a shitload of money. Just a shitload of money. It's funny. I looked at a chart of the most profitable media, right? And gaming has Eclipse TV as the most profitable media this year.
Oh wow!
By 8% or something like that. Movies are pretty consistent, and then TV was up, and then gaming just went way past it. But I think it's actually less people on the gaming stuff. I think there's just more money being thrown at the games. A new game costs $60.
Yeah.
Even when the game's pricing goes down, it never goes below $20. So as far as a new game is concerned, and that's when the company is going to make the money off of it. So an MMO, even, it's just all profit. It's sick. It's sick. The gaming companies kind of have figured out something special here. Make your product worth $60 and then make them pay more through DLC or through through an MMO or a subscription service. It's very interesting to me. I think there's way less gamers than there are people who watch television. But
yeah, I wonder how much Netflix has affected that, though.
It's funny. I think Netflix is included within TV. So whatever Netflix profits are, that's a lot. But
yeah, but I mean, they come up with all sorts of originals.
Mm-hmm, they do.
So you're not really... I wonder how much money they're making off of them.
No, they're making only money off of subscription.
Oh, I think... oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of people.
But they did eclipse Disney last year as far as making money.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good.
It was only 3 years ago, I think Universal was on top quietly because it made a shitload of little tiny horror movies and turned out a huge amount of profit off of these little movies. I'm like, that's what the other studios really should do. Warner Brothers and Disney are the guys that do big, huge campaign movies. I like Universal being the small interesting movie company personally.
Yeah.
But fuck Fox for selling out to Disney. Fuck you, Fox. God damn it. Goddamn Disney.
Oh, they actually did it then?
I thought they did, right? Are they not merged yet?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
Oh shit. Well, maybe I shouldn't judge yet. But I thought they were going to, or did, or.
I had heard that there were talks, but I don't know for sure.
I thought they did. I thought they straight up sold, but either way, okay. So yeah, that's my history of Square Enix, Schweiss. It was a long journey from like a little power company or whatever the fuck it was, little video games through these big hits and. Enix swallowing up other companies, and then Square putting out some of the biggest games of all time, and then eventually them coming together. Like they both took a dive, and then they were both on their way up, and they decided we needed to join forces. And now they are what they are. They're huge. They're a huge company.
So Disney and Fox, they approved the acquisition on July 27th. If it's approved by all international regulators, it'll be complete in the first half of 2019. So it's probably going to happen. So you know what that means. That means we're going to get a reboot of all these fucking superhero movies, but it's going to be all of them.
There's going to be another Predator movie.
Yeah, another Predator, because it just can't leave it alone.
You know what? I liked the new Predator. I know it's got like a shitty score on Rotten Tomatoes, and yeah, the Predator should never be CGI, and he is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's lame. But the movie is fun, and the characters are a lot of fun. And it's really violent, which is nice to see a movie that's like violent every once in a while. And so it was kind of refreshing. I liked that new Predator. Yeah, I enjoyed it. But A Simple Favor is the best movie in the theaters right now.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good. It's so good. Yeah, anyway, history of Square Enix. It's done. We got some questions, Schweiss. Thank you for asking us questions.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We sure do, though. Sure do.
Questions for us. We would like to hear from you. You are morons. Come get us on Twitter. Get on and ask your questions. We'll answer them in a week. This is the question segment. Ask and you will receive.
So the first one here is probably the best question we've been asked in a long time. It's from Stolas. It's titled FF Muscle Daddy. Kaleb and Joe demand questions, so I will give them. Which muscle daddy in the FF series would you have a loving, long-term, sex-positive relationship with? Take into context, this will be a very, very loving relationship. All right, so first up, 15's Gladiolus, 13's Snow, 12's Bosch, 10's Kamari, 9's Steiner, 8's Ward, 7's Barrett, 6's Sabin, 4's Yang, and FF2's Yosef.
I think the choice is clearly between Snow and Gladiolus.
You think so?
I think I'm gonna happily be slammed by sex positively slammed by Gladiolus.
Over Snow, yeah.
Snow.
I don't think I could handle his grunts.
Snow is too positive, I think.
Yeah, he's too gung-ho.
He's a little too gung-ho.
Give me a high five. Yeah, I can see that. It's like, I don't want to do that. No, come on, bro. Give me a high five.
Kimari is not going to happen.
Yeah, that's
I'm
too
sorry.
much.
I'm just not attracted to Kimari. Or really. Anyway, but,
Barrett, I don't think would be a very loving partner. He seems like an asshole, to be honest. And I like him, but
I don't want to be in a relationship with Barrett. I'd like to have him as a friend.
Yeah,
but I don't want to be in a relationship with that guy.
Yeah, Sabin, I think, is too broy. He's pretty cool, but
a little too broy, and he's gonna be like. Well, I can suplex a train. Why can't you?
Yeah.
He's gonna make me work out all the time. I'm not into that.
Yeah, you're just into the dieting part.
Yeah.
He probably eats as much meat and cheese as you do. he lifts for 6 hours a day.
Yeah, it's true.
He'll be gone all the time. How's that even loving?
Yang is a little too serious for me. Joseph, he's already got a family. I don't want him to leave his family for me. You know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he is.
But with Snow, we might have a three-way with Sarah.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
That's true. And then you can high five, and then it won't be as weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That suddenly adds a lot to the snow.
Snow camp?
Here. Yeah.
Yeah, Gladiolus doesn't really have anybody. He's just kind of solo.
Just trying to think. I would have to pick Gladiolus. Just as I picked him for our little thing, our little pinup contest thing. I think Gladiolus, I think he's got some wisdom about him. I think he's caring. I think he's a little funny. I'd like to be around Gladiolus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Snow's a little dumb, so I can't
stomach that for long periods of time. Yeah.
No. Although Snow might be the best looking one, but I don't know.
Yeah, Bosch is kind of an old man. I mean, he's already like 35 or something.
I don't think
like
Bosch is going to be into that.
You don't think he's that type?
No, he's also not the muscle daddy. I think that's actually like not a good choice for muscle. Like if you had to pick one, you know,
who would you pick then?
I don't think he's super like muscular. Like he's fit and he's got some muscle, but he's not on the level of Snow and
I know. Yeah, he was in a dungeon for like a long ass time in that
he's
game.
A little skinnier. He's
kind of bony and rattly, you know.
He's that guy in 300 that's not as big as the others. Oh shit!
The guy who lived. The guy with the missing eye?
No. What was it? Oh, shit. What is the name of that actor? Help me out, Schweiss. Big actor now. Huge actor now.
Huge?
Yeah.
I don't know. Ben Affleck?
He's not as big as Ben Affleck either. Gone
really?
Girl, Mr. Couch Potato, Ripped Man.
Yeah. It's funny listening to him and Henry Cavill talk about like working out, and Ben Affleck just fucking hates it. And then Superman's like, "Yeah, I'm all about it," you know. he's like, I just fucking hated being.
Henry Cavill just quit.
Yeah, he did quit being Superman. He's done. I wonder who they're gonna pick.
He's done with it. Michael Fassbender. You know, Michael Fassbender is like a little bit smaller than all the other guys in 300.
Oh, is he in? Oh, yeah, he is in 300.
Is. You know, but he is like the smallest dude in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of who Bosch is.
He's the small man of the group.
He's the small man of this group.
That's true, yeah. All these other guys are beefcakes. Yeah, he is like the little guy.
Certainly, Michael Fassbender in a normal room of dudes would be the beefcake.
Yeah.
With the 300 shape. But in the room of 300 shaped dudes, he's the small guy.
I forgot he was in that movie.
Yeah.
I almost asked if he died, but I'm like, I mean, everyone dies except for the one guy. The one guy who lived.
Tell the story.
Yeah, the one-eyed boy. He's in the game, too.
There's a sequel to that movie.
There is, yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't either. I don't know if I need to. It's where they come back and they mop the floor, you know. But,
I'm going with Gladiolus. We're going to have a good time.
You know, I'd probably do that, too. I mean, I guess Yosef would be the only other, like, good companion, probably, because Steiner's, I don't know.
No, Steiner's dumb. Steiner and Snow are in the dumb camp. I don't want anything to do with them.
Yeah, Kamari's an animal, so...
Nope, I'm good. He also has, like, serious issues. Like, Kimari's got some mental issues that I don't want to have to deal with.
Yeah, he's pretty mad.
Yeah.
And the rest of them are just, I don't know. I'd probably go with Gladiolus. So does Stolas. He says he chooses him. He likes a man who reads and has a beard. Kimari has a beard, technically. His hair all over, right?
Yeah. I don't know if he does have a beard.
I thought he had,
I'd have to look at a picture of him again.
Maybe not. Maybe not. So, speaking of the news earlier, we have a question based on that. Black Mage Justin says, how do you guys feel about Naboo taking a leave of absence, citing fatigue and health? Do you think he will return? Do you think Square-Enix will try to bring in another composer for what will eventually be FF7 Remake? Or do you guys think that whatever he was working on will just sit there untouched? It'll probably sit there untouched, and they'll bring in somebody else.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think they're going to let this get in the way of them releasing FF7.
No, it will not.
They don't give a shit about who's in their fucking...
They do give a shit up to a certain point. They need to put out a product, though. So... And I feel like he already did the music. Like, I don't know. Have him do the music for the next Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, that or just remaster.
Yeah, that's what they do with all the other remakes and remasters anyway. They usually put another composer on there to just kind of like put new instrumentation on it.
Yeah, they just kind of remix it.
Yeah.
Remix for the remake.
And it doesn't hurt the product, really. It really doesn't. So, I think it's fine. It'll be fine. Nobuo needs to rest. He's all right.
Yeah. I don't know if he'll return or not.
I don't think he will. Something tells me he won't.
Yeah, he's just done.
Something tells me he won't for the FF7 remake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not. I mean, if they want to get it out by the time, before the decade ends, they probably won't have him come back. So, all right, so we got another one here from Stolas. Living in an FF world. All right. Okay, so this one's out of these FF worlds, which would you rather live in? Just remember you have to live for the whole arc of the game's story. That means before and after shit gets fucked up. All right, the first option, FF Type 0. War breaks out, a lot of people die, ultimately everyone dies, and you're stuck in a constant cycle. FF10, giant whale monster destroying your peaceful town every 10 years or so. An oppressive, corrupt religion keeps your lives rural and poor, unless you're Anglo-Saxon with an eye defect. Then you are hated. Third one is FF7. A major corporation, a mix between Con Edison, Exxon, and Walmart, is running the planet. You find out the corporation that has made your life easier is actually going to kill the planet. Eventually, Godzilla monsters start fucking up your city while a meteor threatens to hit the planet. Then plague comes. Well, that one sounds the worst.
That one does sound the worst. I'm going to go ahead and say FF10. It's just every 10 years,
Yeah.
And I feel like they only take out the Machina ones now. If I got a clue at some point, I would have gone to like one of the little villages more inland.
Yeah. I mean, they did hit that one near the beginning of the game where it like destroys the Kilika Island. That's not very Machina.
No, it's not. I mean, but it is like a 10-year risk. Every 10 years you get a risk of a giant monster coming in and destroying things. When FF7, I mean, it's just really a shitty place.
Yeah, it's pretty awful.
FF7 and Type 0, I would say with all the war, I'm good. I'm going with FF10.
Yeah, and I mean...
And it looks like a beautiful island paradise.
That's right, yeah. You know what? I'd probably go with FF10 too, because Type 0 is an awful fucking place. Yeah, 2 as well, yeah. Type 0 is an awful fucking place. It's all... Everyone's dying, everyone's getting destroyed. They have, like, nuclear warheads there. I don't want to mess with that. Like, Sure, FF10, we have the giant whale, but at least you're drowning instead of, like, your skin is just, like, getting all loopy and, like, sloughing off your body while you're still alive, I'd much rather have that. And then, yeah, FF7, everyone's just sick. I mean, if it's based on your fucking how sad you are or whatever we found out in the episodes and the random shit in 7, like, you probably won't have problems with the Mako poisoning or whatever the fucking... What the hell was it?
Depends on your depression level.
Yeah, your level of depression equals how quickly your ass is going to die in that world. There's that. But, I mean, it's also kind of like a shitty, poor, poverty-stricken planet. Like, it's so... I think 10 would be the best one, yeah, because they seem to live normal lives for at least a 10-year stretch.
Right.
And then whatever else after that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think that's a pretty
FF10.
easy choice.
Yeah, I think it is. So, Schweiss, we did not get any iTunes reviews this week.
Oh, wow. You want to hit them with the...
I'm sorry, guys.
With the song?
If you haven't done an iTunes review yet, also ask us your questions, because we're out again.
Yeah.
If you haven't done your iTunes review yet, you know what happens, guys.
It's true. I mean, if we were to stop doing it, it wouldn't have the same kind of power that it has, but... You guys are the ones that stopped. We get to relax. look at other shows. No new episodes. No iTunes reviews. No love for the show. Oh no, iTunes and yourself.
All right, guys. That's it. That's it for this episode of UFF. Make sure to go to ultimatefinalfantasy.com, click on the forums, and join the forums if you haven't already, and ask us questions. Give us segment ideas, all that other stuff. We're kind of back in the swing of things. We're gonna have another probably a couple of 2 rough weeks. But after that, it should be smooth sailing.
Yeah, we'll start. I want to start knocking out some of these reviews. I mean, we've been neglecting
I agree.
the Final Fantasies. We got so many to go. So,
and yeah, life is crazy right now, but that's the only reason things are in the way. It's just life. So we'll get it figured out. You can tweet me at Joseph DeGolier.
me at UFF Podcast.
I've been lonely without the tweets, man. When I was in Newt Clan, people would tweet me all the time. Now they're mad at me or something. They don't tweet me unless they're randomly watching a movie, like Vampire or whatever the fuck. Interview with a Vampire. They're like,
Oh yeah.
Hey, just watched Interview with a Vampire. Thanks for asking. Someone else gave me a random movie that they saw too, just in response to that. I thought it was pretty funny.
Nice.
So thank you. But yeah, tweet us. You can check out our other shows. Schweiss is still on Nude Clan. You can check out the Godzilla podcast, which I am still on, and a song of Schweiss and Johnson. And if you want to learn more about the movie making process that I just went through, the Getting Fat with Kaleb and Joe feed has the making of the 13th Cross parts 1 through 7.
Okay.
I recommend part 3 and part 7. Those are my favorite ones to re-listen to, honestly. Yeah, I think otherwise, guys, we're gonna get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we will see you again next week. Till then, enjoy the grind.